Hey guys, welcome back to GeekJ, where we make tech, tutorials, and gaming simpler and better. Today we're unlocking true epic settings for Silent Hill F with a custom Engine.ini. So we're gonna get better GI, shadows, AO, and enable Hardware Lumen. And the best part, it's all for free. So let's dive into the fog. Ooh, spooky. So first, let's check the default epic settings with FSR 4 in quality mode. And if you want to see how we enabled FSR 4 in quality mode in this game, even though we're running an RDNA 2 GPU, which is the 6800 XT, you can check my previous video up there. So yeah, we have this cute overlay for our FPS over there, because in our previous video we had OptiScaler installed, and as you can see, we can go over here where it says FPS overlay after we obviously hit insert to get the menu on our screen, and then we can have the FPS overlay enabled, and we have many options. These are the default options. I don't want to change anything right now in regards to that, so I'm going to close out of the menu and let's go ahead and start a new game. And we're just gonna check the opening sequence of this game. We're gonna skip the intro, so there's gonna be no spoilers and stuff. We're just gonna run around the initial area of that little village we're living in. Gonna leave everything at default settings, but I am going to use the white sailor skull uniform so I can distinguish between my own save file and this save file. And I'm gonna skip the intro video, and as you can see, this is how the game looks and performs. Again, I'm gonna press insert, and as you can see, we are running FSR 3.x, but basically this is FSR 4.0.2. As you can see over here, the input is DLSS because we are injecting the FSR through the DLSS DLL, and everything else is pretty much on the default setting. The only thing I changed, because I found it's a little bit better, is the DLSS inputs. I am using those because in a lot of occasions they look better than the FSR 4 inputs. So as you can see, this is how the game looks. We're gonna go quickly into the options, graphics, and disregard this is just a bug of the UI of the game. It's not 50 hertz. My monitor is a 165 hertz monitor, and it's running in its default settings. Nothing has changed. You got VSync on, and pretty much everything else is on. As you can see, Lumen Epic, very high, and these are the maxed out settings. And obviously we have DLSS running on quality, and I have motion blur off because I hate it. If you guys want to use motion blur, obviously feel free to use motion blur. But yeah, as you can see, we're averaging about 85-86 FPS over here, and the game looks pretty nice. We do have that software Lumen, and as you can see, these are the reflections we're getting. These are the shadows we're getting. It's not bad, but in my opinion, it looks a little bit flat. So let's just run down over here, and we will check some areas, and then we can basically do some comparisons. You can go back and forth into the video afterwards, pick up some of these things. The game doesn't look bad, but it does look a little bit flat, especially with all this foliage. Looks like the AO is not really affecting the plant life for some reason, and it's kind of weak. And some of the dark places don't look that dark, like in here. Should have been darker, but it looks kind of blown up, and it's not about the brightness and gamma settings into the game. You'll see that it's about the engine settings. So go ahead and check some of these areas over here. And this is the top of this trash bin, which is metal, and that will make sense in a bit. But yeah, we're gonna keep going down here. Yeah, you can see that track over here, and this is the bigger puddle, and this is how it looks. This is the reflection we're getting over here, okay? And then let's go ahead and trigger the cutscene, and yeah, this is how everything looks over here. I'm gonna skip this, then we're gonna quit and do the same exact thing, but with the true epic settings actually applied. And as you can see in this location, because it's not a very open area, we are getting about 105, 107 FPS, and up here where it was an open area, we were getting about 85, I think was the lowest number we saw. So that's the performance we were getting, and this is on FSR for quality. And yeah, go ahead and quit out of the game. So our performance was between 80 and 110 FPS depending on the location, but reflections are looking kind of weak and dark areas look flat. AO looked super flat, especially in the plant life. So it's time for an upgrade. So to improve this, we need a custom or modified INI with our own settings. And we need to copy that in a specific location where the game either creates its own or it doesn't even create it at all. So in my case, there was no Engine.ini. You don't need to worry about this. You just copy the file over in the correct location and it's going to take effect. And it's going to be very, very apparent because it's going to have an effect on your performance. So we need to go into our local app data. And if you don't want to look around on where this could be, I'm going to give you a little tip over here. You open up a Windows Explorer just like so, and then we're going to go in here and type 2 percentage signs and go in between them, and then one word. It's not case sensitive, just one word, no spaces. You're going to type in local app data and press enter. And as you can see, we just went into my account name over here, app data, and then a local. And we're going to look for the SHF folder. So I'm just going to press S one time and we are in the correct location. As you can see here, we can see the SHF folder. We're going to open up this one, go into saved, go into config and Windows. And as you can see, we have a single .ini file over here called game user settings.ini. We don't need to do anything over here, but what we want to do is, first of all, right click on an empty spot, go over the new, and then create a text document. And over here, we're going to rename this to engine, and instead of txt, we're going to delete this and change it to ini. So basically we have engine.ini, and I'm going to press enter. If you change a file name extension, the file might become unusable. Are you sure you want to change it? We're going to press yes. So after we've done that, if we open up this little file over here, we are going to see there's nothing in it, right? Because we just created it. So I'm going to have what we need to put in there to enable the true epic settings in the description below. And you just copy everything over here. So I just pasted what we need to copy in here. As you can see, it's like a bajillion settings we need to copy over. We're just going to click save, but we're not done. We need to right click on this engine.ini, go into properties, and then we are going to tick this read-only attribute, apply, and hit OK. So this is now a read-only file. So if the game wants to make any changes to this engine.ini by itself and disable some of our settings and stuff like that, it's not going to be able to, because it's a read-only file now. So we only control it, and in order to change something ourselves, we will need to right-click, go into properties, disable the read-only attribute over here, and then open the file through our favorite text editor and make the changes we want. But anyway, let's fire up the game and see how it runs now. Okay, I'm gonna select the new game again. We're gonna do the exact same run. I'm gonna still wear the white sailor uniform. Okay, I can already see the difference, especially in the foliage over here and everything else. Very, very different, especially the AO and how dark the dark areas are. But we're gonna do the run anyway and see how this game looks with, you know, the true epic settings. Basically, the visuals pop a lot more. We have deeper shadows. The reflections, as you can see, are truly, you know, detailed right now. And this is gonna be a lot more apparent, but as you can see, we've taken a huge hit to our FPS. So now we have like 48, and in the other areas where we were hitting 100 FPS before, we are gonna be lucky if we hit 60 now. But no worries, because we got OptiScaler 0.9.0 to save the day. And you can see that on our previous video that we had a link for it before. So let's hit insert, and over here under the frame generation section, you can see I have selected OptiFG upscaler, okay? And then on the box next to it, the FG output, I have selected FSR FG. So when we hit save INI, if you do this for the first time, you're gonna see some red text underneath here that is telling you to basically restart your game. So close out of this, completely restart your game. Don't just go into the main menu, and then reload this save file or whatever you want to do, or load a new game. Hit insert again, and what we're gonna do is I'm going to tick on the active little checkbox over here and the allow async. Okay, then we're going to save and close. So as you can see, we're back to almost 100 FPS over here. Higher FPS than we were hitting before. We were in the 87 kind of area over here. So our averages are higher than before. So that's pretty good, right? And the game looks pretty amazing, and we don't have ghosting and stuff. But let's proceed into the game, and I'm gonna show you what other things we need to do for the game to look good. As you can see, the UI is kind of, you know, weird. So in order to fix this, we need to hit the insert button again, and then we need to select the HUD fix. And because I am using the DLSS inputs, as you can see, I'm gonna take this scale depth to fix DLSS RR over here, and I'm gonna click on save and then close. Right now, I cannot show you the UI on demand, so we need something to happen. And after we go down there where the shrine is to pray, you're going to see the UI is not going to be ghosting anymore. But before that, as you can see, we have true blacks over here. The reflections are looking amazing, and the AO is super, super nice. It pops. It makes the game look actual 3D and super realistic. As you can see, this is the trash can from before. Because it's a metal top and it's a little bit rusted, you can see that the reflections are present now instead of the matte kind of flat thing we were looking at before. And if we go close to that shrine, we will get the we get the UI over here. And as you can see, we have no issues at all with the UI. And I'm gonna keep going. So we get to the big paddle at the bottom. and we're going to see the truck as well. And you're going to see that the reflections are miles ahead of what we were getting before. We just got a little black smudge in the water before, but you're going to see a huge difference once we get there. Yep, just over here, just before we get to the truck. As you can see, instead of a black smudge, we get actual real reflections because of the Hardware Lumen over here. So that's a very big difference. And as you can see, we have correct AO, and yeah, the depth of everything is very noticeable, and we can see that in all of the plant life all around us as well, and it's not a flat image anymore. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how our reflections look in the mirror. Yeah, and it kind of loads everything faster for some reason, but yeah, let me skip this so I don't spoil anything for you. And yeah, basically you can see we're hitting way above what we were hitting before because we have OptiFG with FSR frame generation enabled and no issues at all, and we just enabled the HUD fix and the scale depth to fix DLSS RR. And basically, yeah, this is better performance than before. We don't get any of the you know, problems of frame generation, and we are very lucky, I guess. This works perfectly. Really big thanks to the OptiScaler devs. But yeah, look at how dark this looks. And man, the fog never looked this good, even though it's so scary. Let's see. Ooh, that was weird. Yeah, look at those reflections and shininess of you know, all the elements. But yeah, this looks super good. Very different and a lot more realistic than what we were getting before. And we are at 140 FPS. And also another benefit is that the cutscenes are normally locked at 30 FPS, but now because of OptiFG, because it's doubling everything, we're getting 60 FPS cutscenes. So there you go, another plus. Let me skip this before I give you any more spoilers. But yeah, you can see like we have a menu now, and it's working perfectly fine. And yeah, everything works flawlessly. We get no issues. But yeah, look at this. We're getting real reflections. We can see the bicycle over there. Super cool. So that's it, survivors. True epic settings for Silent Hill F with OptiScaler. Grab the Engine.ini text, just copy over all the text I will add in the description below, and then just the way I showed you, create a new text file and then rename it to Engine.ini and paste all that text in here, and you are gonna have the true epic settings running for yourself. So if this levels up your game, smash that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to click on that bell to never miss another GeekJ video ever again. And also drop a comment with your FPS tweak, and it really helps with the algorithm as well. So really appreciate your comments, guys. Stay geeky, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.